So today we're going to be talking about Croatia, which ended up being one of our favorite countries on the trip and included one of my favorite cities from the trip, which was Dubrovnik. So we're going to have you fly into Zagreb, which is the capital and at the very north of the country. You can get a round-trip flight during the cheapest time for about $419. During the peak season, it's about $803, which is almost double. So, wide range of prices. While you're there, definitely suggest staying in hostels. You can get a good one for about $10 a night. We didn't spend any more than $10 a night, so we'll go minimum $10 a night and maximum $15 a night. As far as food and drink go, as always, cook at least one meal in the hostel. There's not enough local food to try for 3 meals a day for 2 weeks straight. So cook your own food at least once a day, even sometimes twice a day. $9 a day for food on the low end, and we'll go $16 a day on the high end because there were times when we had to spend a little bit more for food. But we were able to get some pretty cheap local food here and there. Especially in Zagreb. Best thing is we were there during off-season. We were there during Christmas time, and they celebrate the holidays all out. There were decorations everywhere. There was Christmas music playing. There was stands set up in the streets that were selling food from all over the world. It was a really cool time to be there. As far as getting around while you're there, trains and buses are always good. You can actually use a ferry, which we'll talk about in a second. But getting from Zagreb through the countryside down to Split, you can get a train. It's a pretty rickety train, and we actually got motion sickness on the train, which I didn't even think was possible to get that on train. We never felt like we were in danger. It was just a rickety old train. And from Split, you can get to our favorite city, which was Dubrovnik, via ferry or bus. Ferry is pretty cool. It stops on an island right off the coast of Split and then goes down to Dubrovnik. It takes about 6 hours total. As far as the cities go, Zagreb is the most westernized for sure. It had the most amount of really nice shopping, really fine dining. Split had a ton of history. They also shoot a lot of Game of Thrones there. And it's situated right on the water. Also had some architecture dating back to 15 or 20 AD. Back when Christ was walking the earth, so that was pretty cool. Dubrovnik, which was our favorite city, as I said, and will continue to say, has the old town, which is surrounded by this massive medieval wall, which was built to trick the Persian Navy from attacking them. They built this huge wall around this tiny city to make it look like they were more fortified and more well-armed than they actually were, and it worked. They didn't get bombed, and the city still stands today, and it's a beautiful city. So it's nice to walk those cobblestone streets, and they also shot some Game of Thrones there, which is pretty cool. And they have this really neat bar/restaurant right outside the walls, but before the ocean, so it's just stuck, basically perched on these rocks right outside the walls. Croatia, you can definitely get there cheap and still stay cheap while you're there. So that brings our totals up to 820 and 1,461, keeping it below 900 on the cheap end and below 1,500 on the standard end. Definitely doable if you're on a budget. Croatia, definitely keep that one in mind because we absolutely loved it. Tune in next week when we're going to bring you Ireland, which also probably cracks our top 5 countries that we've visited so far. As for now, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch the rest of our videos that we have here, including some travel tips. We have some documentary episodes starting to come out every Tuesday. We have the Traveling Cheaply series coming out every Wednesday, and we have travel tips coming out every Saturday. So subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and we will see you next week.